What's up, everyone? Coach Rich here. I hope you're doing amazing, and welcome to episode number 3 of Box Talk. I have a question for you. Have you ever been invited to a party or an event that the only person you knew there was the host? Well, that happened to my wife and I a couple weeks ago. At the party, walking around, talking to different people, and the question that was asked to me is, hey, so what is it that you do? That's exactly how this topic was created. And by the way, if you stick around till the end, I got a bonus tip for you. So watch the whole thing. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's do this. All right. The topic for episode number 3 is 5 reasons your muscles are not growing. Number 1, it's more than likely the lack of progressive overload. This refers to the amount of weight, aka resistance, or volume in your workouts to stimulate your muscles. If you're not challenging your muscles enough, then you're not going to grow. If your program isn't properly designed, you may not get the results that you're looking for. Reason number 2, your muscles more than likely aren't growing, and that's overtraining. Believe it or not, overtraining can actually hinder muscle growth. It can cause muscle fatigue, decreased performance, and possibly even injury. Make sure to allow enough rest, not only in between days, but also in between sets while you're at the gym. I often see people, they'll do a bench press, not even take 20 seconds and go right into their other set. Depending on the workout that you're doing for that day, let's say, for example, if you're doing max effort, which means you're trying to go as heavy as possible or towards the higher percentage of your 1 rep max, for example, you might want to give 2, 3, 4, even 5 minutes rest in between sets. I understand if you're a time crunch, you got to move all that around. But once again, be very mindful of rest, not only in between days, but in between sets. Okay. So overtraining oftentimes is a huge reason why muscle growth is not happening. Reason number 3, your muscles are more than likely not growing, and that's insufficient frequency or volume. Building muscles require consistency. They also require being challenged. If you're not working your muscles frequently enough, or you're not challenging them in either sets or reps and or both, then they're more than likely not being challenged. And that is one of the reasons you will not see growth in those muscles. Reason number 4, your muscles are more than likely not growing. And that's a lack of variety. I'm going to give you 2 examples. Example number 1 are working out the glutes. Okay. There are 3 glute muscles in that whole glute area. So you have your glute maximus, which is the big part of the butt that everybody sees behind. Then you have your glute medius and glute minimus, which are on the side. If you're always doing, let's say, barbell hip thrusts, which is an amazing exercise, which I love. Shout out to Brett Contreras, by the way, the creator of the hip thrust. If you're always doing hip thrusters, eventually your muscles are going to stop growing. Okay. So you need to do other exercises: hip thrust, back squat, deadlifts, banded lateral walks, side raises, fire hydrants, donkey kicks. Mix in a variety of exercises that are still going to focus on that muscle group or muscle area. For the chest area, there are 4 parts to the chest, but the 2 major ones are your pectoralis major and your pectoralis minor. Okay, so if you're that person who's always doing barbell bench press, every single time you do chest, eventually you're going to plateau. Switch it up. Barbell bench press, dumbbell bench press, incline bench press, decline bench press, dumbbell flies, all these different exercises that still target those muscle groups, but are different exercises to target different parts of that muscle group. I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. And lastly, the 5th reason your muscles more than likely are not growing, and that's the lack of or poor nutrition. Why is it that we're always talking about nutrition on every single one of my videos? It's because it's that important, okay? Proper nutrition is very important for muscle growth and or fat loss. Building muscles require the proper nutrition. If you're not consuming enough of the right foods, your muscles may not have the building blocks they need to grow. Here's what I would suggest. Start tracking your calories. Start tracking your macronutrients, which are, we talked in the past, proteins, fats, and carbs. I do not get paid by this company. This is just a company that I use. I use MyFitnessPal. It's a free app. You get to track your macros. You get to track your calories. You get to tell it whether you're trying to grow muscle, lose body fat, maintain whatever it is. Once you set up your account, you can tell it what to do. If you have some questions on that, I can definitely help you out or would love to help you out. That's what I use, MyFitnessPal. Thanks for sticking around till the end. Here's a bonus tip for you. Poor form. If your form sucks, I mean, if it's not good during a particular exercise, you may not be targeting the muscle effectively. Ultimately, you might be putting yourself in a place of possible injury. So that's definitely something you want to make sure you're doing correctly. If you don't have a personal trainer, as always, I'd love to work with you. Let's help those muscles grow. Lastly, we all need to remember that everybody's body is different. It grows different. Some take longer, some happen in a shorter time. We just have to remain consistent. Okay, so stay dedicated. All right, if you truly want something, as in anything, whether it's our career, our life, even like we're talking about our workouts, we definitely need to stay consistent for the long haul. Okay, things are going to happen right away. If you're trying to lose body fat in the first couple weeks, we've all been there, right? We start to see mad losses on the scale, but then a couple weeks later it plateaus, and then we want to give up. Don't give up. Don't give up on anything, right? But don't give up on trying to grow those muscles. Lastly, thank you so much to all who are following me, who have sent out suggestions and just, support. I just want to help the community. Please watch, subscribe, share, comment. Let's grow this channel. I want to be able to continue to provide for you. Coach Rich, peace out. God bless.